Evening, Mr. Zimmer.
For those who are new here, the GROG is a long and glorious tradition. For years, it has been enjoyed by the Army soldiers wherever they may gather. At social occasions such as this, during the heat of battle, a source of courage, or at any time any soldier feels the need to consume such a mixture, it is used. The GROG is substantive brew of proven medical value that the lucky ones here tonight will be able to take advantage of. It will cure you of all ails that you have, or it will ensure that you don't care. The GROG has been and will continue to be the drink choice of the Army soldier and leader. Ladies and gentlemen of the mess, take heed of the fine ingredients of our exemplary GROG, which has been compiled for 230 years of our great Army. For without one knowing the flavors held within, one will not be able to reproduce such a match.
Our first ingredient takes us back to the Revolutionary War. This gunpowder comes from the weapons that first won our nation's independence and brought about the greatness of our free nation.
If that were real gunpowder, it would be a laxative. Yes. Should be real.
The second ingredient is tobacco juice from the Civil War. This tobacco quickened the steps of those soldiers racing across the battlefield at Bull Run.
But Sergeant Brakefield added to that. I'll try it. You're one of them guys too. I've tried it twice and I know it'd be bad if I got into it.
Yes.
Okay, the third ingredient represents the battles fought in the trenches of Europe during World War I. It is the mud that soldiers wiped from their faces in the heat of battle.
Nice.
Get it off. The next ingredient is the axle grease from World War II tanks used in our advancement and domination throughout Europe. It signifies the fast-moving evolution in warfare and the limited possibilities of that time. The fifth ingredient represents the cold, stiff days in North Korea as our brave soldiers fall. It is the snow from the brisk winters that left many nearly frozen to death.
I think it was epic.
The sixth ingredient takes us back to the wild jungles of Vietnam. In the heat and humidity of this formidable war, soldiers fought their way through the tangles and leaves of the thick forests. I now add these bits of jungle that engulf so many of our brave soldiers. May we remember them tonight.
Attaboy.
Our seventh ingredient is the sweat from our brethren who served in Operation Desert Storm. These soldiers will never forget the horrid heat that they endured and the never-ending sweat that dripped in their brow. So let us not forget either.
Straight water vodka.
The next ingredient is blood. This is the blood of civilians, of firefighters, law enforcement, mothers, fathers, children, and all the members of this nation's mighty military in the war on terrorism.
Is that French dressing?
Yeah, that is tomato juice. Either way, it's still fine.
Right? Yeah, everything else is like chocolate chip.
Yeah.
Seems that is all, ladies and gentlemen. However, I've brought along an ingredient of my own, secret recipe, that I think you will enjoy. The final ingredient is something I've been seeing around the Golden Eagle Battalion for my 4 years here. It is the energy, motivation, and drive of our future leaders of the United States Army. It also is what jacks up the colonel.
Gravy.
The colonel didn't know this, but Mr. Jones and I took the initiative of bugging his room in his office. Every time he wakes up in the morning, he starts out with a monster. He sounds off with the motto every time he takes the monster. The first one is which is... And as we know, one monster is not going to make it through the day with the colonel. So about noon, he sounds off with the second one. And then about 3 o'clock, got to get another one. And then, of course, he needs to be energized for his home life. So, one more, I think, will do it. I salute you, warriors. Now the grog is finished, Mr. President. I will have the most expendable member of the mess provide us with an expert opinion as to the stability of the grog. Mr. Vice, would you please come forward and stand for our case?
I would love to. It looks delicious. Perhaps a bit more. There's a chunk. The chunk. It's cool.
It's so good.
To the mess!
To the mess! Oh, yeah.
Get some.
Take it all.
Do it! Delightful!
Oh.
To the mess!
To the mess!
It's very good. I think it is done. Mr. President, could I impose upon you to partake in our grog? Certainly.